Hey, Brian Parker here. I'm going to give you today, I'm going to read from my show notes so I get this right, but I'm going to give you today a three-part or three-tip hack of a portfolio recovery association lawsuit. So there's three approaches. One, we look at the pleadings. Number two, we look at the bill of sale. And number three, we look at the affidavit that they use to support their lawsuit when generally they don't have a contract to back up everything they claim they are owed and why. So let's look at this. So let me just put up the pleadings of the PRA lawsuit, Shazam. Quickly look at that. And all right, so that's good. So let's look at 6 and 7. If you notice, in fact, I'm going to put up separate so you can see this. Here's paragraph 6. Here's paragraph 7. Notice there is the word debt entirely missing from this lawsuit. If you're suing on a debt, why are you not using the word debt? Instead, they replace it with the word account. There's a reason for that. It's also quite mysterious. If you owe a debt, what's wrong with saying the debtor owes a debt? It's a debtor that you're suing, not an accountor. So look up the definition of debt and the definition of account. And look at this lawsuit. Look at 10 and 11. Shazam. Those are paragraphs 10 and 11. The word account there, twice, but nothing about a debt. So my mantra in these cases, whatever the hack is of whatever collection company is, you take their lawsuit and use their words and paperwork against them. So you take that lawsuit and you tear it apart. And so we're tearing apart physically and also literally. And we are seeing what paragraphs are shown to prove that you owe this debt. There aren't any because it's an account. You can't sue on an account. Number two, what we look at is the bill of sale. Let me put up the bill of sale for you. Bill of sale. This came with this lawsuit, right? So, and this is what I'm going to try to do more of. Now what I'm going to do is just give you first that first paragraph, Shazam. That's all I want up there. And the best they can say about debt is that the word evidences of debt. Quickly, that's called an account. So you can't sue on an evidences of a debt, or whatever evidence of his debt is. And there's a reason why I'm telling you. So at the end of this video, you'll see why I'm doing all this. So now let's go to the third paragraph, Shazam, and you'll see all Barclays accounts, and it says accounts, are included in the data file named FFS, FFS underline 2022-09 underline FINL, missing an A. So in some sense they're saying this person's debt is in that file. So let's go to the actual data file, and I'll put up the actual data file, Shazam, and you can see the name of the data file is sale file, FFS capitalized, underline 2022-09 underline capitalized FINL dot CSV. And that's significant because it'd be like you trying to email me at brianparker@collectionstopper.com, but using brianparker@collectionstopper.csv. I would not receive your message. Love to hear from you. And the same part, they can't say that your debt is in the bill of sale at a data file of accounts and then present something that this lawsuit is based upon with the wrong data extension. That's what that COM, or in this case CSV, is, a data extension. Without that, the debt is non-existent. Separate from the fact, and this is number two, looking at the bill of sale, your specific debt is not mentioned in this lawsuit, and the only reference they have is the sale file, which is the wrong data extension. So it's just not there. There's no there, as some people have wisely said. Remember, at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you what we're doing, but you're going to know this. Number three, they say around 11 and 10 paragraph, this is based upon an affidavit. So let's put up their affidavit. It's murky, and as murky as it looks, that's what the lawsuit looks like. Shazam. And if you look at paragraph 6, they are calling the PRA the plaintiff and the debtor a defendant. You can see this was signed October 11th, 2023. The lawsuit was filed January 4th, 2024, 3 months after they claim that the defendant and the plaintiff, or plaintiff and defendant, which is a total impossibility, but this was signed under oath. So you've got to be truthful, and clearly they weren't, regardless of their reasons, and you've seen my videos, you know why that is. But it's a false statement under oath. And let me put up the affidavit again, Shazam. There's no reference to a debt. Everything is an account. No debt assignee, it's an account assignee. Why is all that? Because it's securitized. The debt is long gone. See all my videos on securitization, in the ceiling, in the sky, and all the other debt buyer cases where I've mentioned securitization. Now, at the end of this thing, by the way, that affidavit is signed under oath by their custodian of records that they will use to go to trial with to get this in to overcome the evidence rule, which is this is all hearsay. That's why they sign it under oath. That also in some jurisdictions allows them not to have a person show up if they do this right. But if it's false, you can't believe any of it. So while that may be small things to you, small things, big things, if they're illegal or false, are still wrong, and they break the exception to the evidence rule that all of this is hearsay. So that's another reason. But their lawsuits based on a false debt of cards. It's bad to be in a debt of cards. Theirs is a false debt of cards. So the end of this video now, all this gets wrapped up into your counter affidavit, which is imperative that you have every answer, have a counter affidavit. Here's the counter affidavit in this case, Shazam. All this paperwork, all these show notes, all the PRA complaint, and my answer to this lawsuit that I just covered, that I actually placed into a lawsuit. This is my case for a client. Will all go on my membership website, collectionstoppersolutions.com. You get all of that into one price, along with tons of content on that solutions membership site. I am plugging it because it's terrific. People charge hundreds of dollars for this stuff, and I add a couple of videos, all the paperwork, templates, and even my show notes, which if you can read them, they're readable, they're just from a madman. But they're helpful to you. All that stuff's in Word, by the way, so treat it as a template, apply your state law, and you be you. But I hope this three-tip hack of a PRA lawsuit is helpful. It should be. It's a great way to start, a great way to win. Go get them. Thank you.